Hi, my name is Schaefer, and today we're going to be doing the front wheel bearings on 2003 Mazda Protege, and we're going to be doing this all without a shock press. The job is a lot easier when you do have a press, but not everybody has access to one, so I figured a way to do it without that press. Mazdas have a couple things that are unique, and I'll touch on that later on. In the meantime, let's get started, and we'll disassemble everything and take the steering knuckle off the car. Just took out the cotter pin. Now we're going to impact this off. Use one of these small C-shaped pullers. You can get them for free as a rental tool at any parts stores. They come with a kit that looks like this. Okay. Open it up all the way. Slide onto the housing. Get squared up. And as you tighten it, it's going to pop, so don't be surprised. That's what you want it to do. Just like that. There you go, and it's not damaged. Now we're going to take off the brake caliper. Take the whole steering knuckle off. Now we should be able to push out the CV shaft. Ball joint loose from the knuckle. Alright, now we just got to finish separating the knuckle off of the lower ball joint. I just soaked it down a little bit with some WD-40, and it might be pinched on there just a little bit. Just take a punch and a hammer to get it off of there. There we go. Now just to show you that the wheel bearing is bad, you can do this while it's in the car still. You shouldn't hear that much noise. Now what we got to do is we got to start disassembling this. Use a 27 millimeter. Put up on some blocks. Then just start hammering it out. Now you got the hub assembly out, except we still have to get part of the old bearing off, and I'm going to show you the trick in doing that without a press. We're going to take a cut wheel, and we're going to cut a relief cut, not all the way through, just deep enough so we can hit it with a chisel and crack it open. Going to cut at an angle. We're getting pretty close. Just keep checking it. Alright, we'll take a whack at it with the chisel and hammer and see how far we got to go yet. There we go, felt like it cracked. I believe that was enough to get the pressure off. Now I'll just put a little bit on this side. There she goes. We can just keep prying this off. There we go. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press out the old bearing, but first we have to remove this internal snap ring right there. Grab a screwdriver or anything just to break the initial seal. There we go. This side. almost had her. There we go. Now, I'm going to show you this. This is a press kit I got from Harbor Freight. And the problem with these Mazdas are the smallest press plate is going to be too small to press this out, because as you start pressing this bearing assembly, it's just going to crush everything inside there. It's never going to catch the actual bearing itself. The next size up was this one, but it was too big. So you see it's all shiny there. What I did is I took it up to a bench grinder. I just had to mill off a little bit. And now it's just the right size to get in there to press out the old bearing. Set that up. Yeah, we'll take this press plate, stick it right in there, something to pound it on. A couple blocks of wood are good. Take this plate, set this down, make sure you're catching this in the race right here. I'll just start pounding this with a small sledgehammer. Now you're seeing that's actually starting to move. So you don't want to mess up that inside race. You can also take a pipe and start wheeling on it. Okay, now that we got that bearing starting to move, we should be able to use the press kit how it was intended. Okay, we got the bearing popped out. Now all you gotta do is clean up the race on the inside. And there's our old bearing. So here's our setup. This is the new bearing. I already cleaned the inside of the race out. Just threw some lube on the new bearing. Got that set like this. I'm going to use number 955-15 press plate. It just catches that outside race, and it'll actually fit inside there without getting caught. Stick that through like this, and you can use whatever plate fits. I'm just using the biggest plate, throwing it over the top because it's not going to go through. Just start tightening this. Okay, I went till that bottomed out. Now I'm going to back it off. Okay, there's your new bearing pressed in. Now we're going to put this snap ring back in the race here. Just going to collapse it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to get the wheel hub that we just cleaned up into the bearing. But we can't just go hammering this in here, because if we do, that's actually going to push out that race that's back here, and you're going to lose the guts of your bearing. So the piece we milled down, we're going to use that. That's going to sit flat. Just put that on something and give just a couple taps just to start it. And I don't want to mess up those splines, so I'm just going to use a socket that'll straddle the splines. There's our hub assembly. and the bearing's still intact right there. The next thing we're going to do is, I got this oil seal, and on some schematics it says you're supposed to have this oil seal. The original one did not, but they do sell it and it fits perfect in the race here. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of grease just on the edge so it stays in place. Slide that right in there.